Welcome everyone to The Eighth Plot, a channel devoted to your favourite stories and discovering new ones. Today's video is a what if video. As usual, I've got Scott and Ben joining me to discuss what we would do if we were put into a fictional universe. Then we'll talk about the what if question the universe asks and see if we can answer it differently. Welcome guys.
Hello.
On your right.
On your No, on your left.
No, but I am on your right.
Oh, true, okay.
Sorry.
I
Shall we go back and cut? Hi, on your left.
You're on my left, but I am on your right.
Okay, this has already gone off the rails. But welcome to both of you anyway. I'm glad. Are you doing all right?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. Today we are, of course, in the Captain America cinematic universe. But I just want to be clear, this is the modern Marvel cinematic universe, Captain America. Don't ignore the comics, the cartoons, the TV cartoons. Ignore the really ridiculous 90s version where twice Captain America steals cars by pretending to be sick.
Would you please pull over the car? I am going to get sick.
Oh, okay, all right. Are you okay? Yeah. Hold it. No, wait. Don't leave me out here.
Now, no, we're dealing with Chris Evans's Captain America. We're also not going to look at Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I know that's kind of Captain America-ish, but that'll be something separate we'll maybe look at in the future. So it's just the trilogy of Captain America films. And the way this will work today is that it's going to be slightly different. We're going to go through all three films and talk about what all of us would do, good or bad, in those movies. We'll start with the first Avenger, then move on to the Winter Soldier, and then finish up on Civil War. And when we move on, gentlemen, this is how it's going to work, by the way. Once we want to Winter Soldier, we have our changes to Captain America and the first Avenger and null and void. In other words, we enter the Winter Soldier universe as if everything already happened normally in the previous.
But say for First Avenger, we did something evil, but our plan was long term. Would we discuss
No
that?
long-term plan, it's not Star Wars universe.
So but would we still discuss say what would happen in the time of Winter Soldier, even if Winter Soldier didn't happen in that time?
I mean, I'm sure we could discuss the effects of our plan in First Avenger.
Yes, it's fair to discuss your effects and think long term all the way to Civil War.
Okay.
But our plan from First Avenger won't carry on to...
No.
I guess I would have to say
new plan each time.
Yeah.
You can use what happens in the Avengers films as sequenced events, but just try and avoid those because we're concentrating on Captain America. While you're in there, crucially, you can use your innate knowledge to make things better for yourself or to make things better for all involved. Like if you want to do good things, let's try and mitigate the collateral damage by, to be honest, Captain America sometimes, and the bad guys. And if you're going to do bad things, then you have to figure out a way to make the best of this world so that you come out on top ultimately. We're all going to sort of pitch in this one, and we're going to point at each other's flaws in our plans. I think you know the rules by now, fellas. I'm not going to go through all the rules. Just remember, you start with a set number of resources, and you can't just go and tell people. You have to manipulate. You have to encourage.
Whisper to passers-by.
Yeah, enough of that, because you can't do that. Scott's go-to moves. Hey, buddy. Order 66.
Yes.
Throwback to last week's video, which was epic, like the Star Wars film series.
Can I do food poisoning, or is that ruled out again?
Yeah, let's rule out food poisoning. You have to be more creative than that, Scott.
Just imagine.
But it's a good plan.
It's
poison.
a good plan, but
Just imagine
it's
it
also,
going past
it's also
somebody
not.
and
It
thinking,
is! What are you all about?
Is he wearing a mask? That's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, since we're all taking part equally in this video, we will all be represented by the sort of neutral character throughout the whole trilogy, and to be honest, the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. So today, Scott will be represented by Stan Lee in the first Avenger. There he is. Ben will be represented by Stan Lee in The Winter Soldier, and I will be represented by Stan Lee in Civil War. So we're all Stan Lees.
Some might say the true watcher over the universe.
Indeed, I think that's the theory.
Do you reckon, in
just
What
realised.
If? What if Stanley was still alive, he voiced the Watcher in...
What if the Watcher took his face off and it was Stan Lee?
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Let's forget we ever mentioned that,
Yeah,
actually. So before we get into it, gentlemen, what do you think overall? I think it's fair to take the Captain America films as their own trilogy. In some ways, I know the Avengers still interact, but in some ways not. You can almost forget about the Avenger films if you just watched all 3 films back to back. What do you think of Captain America as a trilogy as a whole?
Apart from the Avengers, it is my favourite series out of the entire Marvel universe.
So better than the Iron Man, better than the Thor, because they're the only other complete ones. I think Spider-Man is almost there.
Well, not Captain Marvel. Captain America is the only consistently good one. Whereas Iron Man is fluctuating. So is Thor, really, and the Avengers fluctuate a bit with Age of Ultron. And Age of Ultron is a placeholder one sometimes. It's good action. It's entertaining, but I'm just saying it's entertaining. But Captain Marvel is not Captain Marvel. Captain America.
There's too many captains.
I know too many captains.
There's only 2.
In comics,
but this isn't the comics, Mark. This is the
confused.
MCU. You discussed that in the rules earlier.
True. Sorry, I apologise. I let this all down.
Captain America's been consistently good. The second one probably my favourite one.
Winter Soldier is my favourite Marvel film.
I would agree with you.
Over and over. It's just brilliant. Because in some ways it's got some superhero
spy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just a tight spy film, and yeah, I know Captain America can bust up an elevator full of Hydra agents, and then fall from a building, and then stop himself from falling and putting the shield on the ground. I don't care. I like those antics, but overall, it's just in some ways everything else. There's no superheroics in it. They don't call the Hulk at any point, even though they could have. They don't call Iron Man, even though they could have. They could have even called Thor, I'm sure of it. And they go, nah, we don't need to.
Another thing I like about Winter Soldier, it produced one of my favourite meme templates.
It's just hugging someone and whispering Hail Hydra into there. Sometimes I do.
Yes, that one.
Randomly.
Or no, but you know how they I don't think Spider-Man's very good, and they all start beating him.
Oh.
But,
that
meme template. Insert meme template here.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Did on your left ever become a meme template?
No.
It's been referenced by stuff like that, but other than that, I don't think so.
I also liked how they introduced Falcon. What's his full name?
Sam Wilson.
Thank you very much, Sam Wilson. That was he was a nice addition to the film as well, especially since that was his first time.
And nice addition to the entire Marvel universe as well.
Yes, I look forward to seeing him in more as Captain America / the Falcon. Actually, is he just called the Falcon but wearing the Captain America?
No,
he's actually called Captain America.
Okay,
no,
good.
In the last episode, they changed it from Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Solid branding.
And I'm pretty sure Sam Wilson's getting his own Captain America film.
Yes, I heard that rumour as well.
That'd be good. I do, because Winter Soldier's the way they shot Winter Soldier, even though Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't have perhaps the greatest plot overall, if I could say that, the way it was shot, their buddy sort of.
I love their relationship.
Although I realised that they missed a trick in that series. They could have, do you know where Sam Wilson sits behind Black Panther and goes, "So you like cats?"
Oh yeah.
There should have been a scene in Falcon and the Winter Soldier where.
So you like arms?
No. So you like arms? No. Bucky should have sat behind Falcon and said, "So you like birds?" That would have been excellent.
I prefer my arm one.
Yeah, I do like arms. He's only had. Oh no, he's had 3. He's had 3.
2.
No, 3. His own original.
Oh yeah,
arm.
3.
That counts, I feel.
No, my favourite one is when they go, "Can you move your seat forward?" and they go, "No," and he just moves over one. That's still hilarious as well.
I love their relationship. That's why I'm so glad Falcon is in it, and him and Bucky have this love-hate relationship.
But on a slight tangent, I think Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the TV series, was sort of overshadowed by WandaVision and how great that was.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't bad, it just wasn't as good as WandaVision.
I only think that Falcon and the Winter Soldier wasn't as good was because the bad guy, bad girl I should say, or bad guy because there's technically 2, perhaps seemed a bit cliche. Like the people fighting the good fight are actually bad. Their methods are bad. It's like it's been done. I thought they were going to do something different, and they reacted to type.
Plus, WandaVision was completely different every episode, and so much suspense as well within it and leading up to it.
Yeah. But getting back to Captain America.
Yes.
Good points. How do we one of the criticisms made about Civil War though? It's just another Avengers film, and it just doesn't get called one.
No.
No, disagree entirely.
No.
Yeah.
I think
How so?
Civil War is just it effectively sets up the loss of Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because if they were they were all
Yeah.
together, they would have had at least a fighting chance. Whereas because they're all split up and they've all gone, no, I'm not gonna swallow my pride. I'm not gonna phone him. I'm gonna deal with it by myself.
Yeah, if they had all been on Titan, for example,
Exactly.
perhaps not in Wakanda, but if they had all been on Titan, like someone would have been around to say, "Look, just knock out Star-Lord, and you can deal with these anger issues later.
Yeah.
Let's get this glove off this maniac."
Exactly.
Like, even though technically
Nebula wasn't doing anything.
She was just watching this game.
She was like, "Oh, this looks fun."
Yeah,
But as we learned from Loki, if that did happen, the TVA would have come in.
Yeah, that's true.
And zapped him all.
Oh, that's true. Has to happen that way. Oh well. But so Ben, you said no, it's not a mini Avengers. You think it stands you think it's a Captain America film?
Yes. Yes, it has characters from the MCU. That's going to happen. Yes, it is like an Avengers conflict, but when you look deeper, it is a Captain America conflict with Iron Man, yeah, and Iron Man, you could argue, is the antagonist of the movie.
Ooh, maybe.
Because Captain America is the protagonist who we follow, and Iron Man is the foil in that movie. So, yeah. So
it's interesting. Yeah, I suppose Cap is portrayed as the hero, even though his hero antics actually cause problems overall.
I think I've had to watch Civil War at least 3 times to properly understand the plot to it.
Why?
There's a lot going on. It's like Zemo has blown up the.
Zemo's plan also relied on a lot of things falling into place.
So.
We've anchored there.
No, it doesn't. It just. I mean. For that to happen.
Use your words.
The people at home cannot see your face.
Yes, I'm aware of that. This is why
only
we
we like it with your thoughts.
Okay, so for all of Zemo's plan to come into fruition, that means that you're assuming that it's his only plan, and
yes,
but then we see his plan go wrong in the movie, and so like
I suppose at the end his plan fails utterly.
Yeah, so like
in a way they get in a way I guess.
And like at the beginning, he goes to the guy to get the mission report.
Yeah.
And that will be a lot easier for him. But he doesn't give him up, so he kills him, and he goes on to Plan B, which is going through the Winter Soldier, and like.
Yes, you're true.
Stuff like that.
He doesn't kill him very effectively if it's the same guy I'm thinking about. He just sort of puts his nose underwater. He doesn't really get above his head.
There's a conflict of interest. If he had just lifted himself up, he would have been fine.
Exactly.
But then again,
he would have got time.
Could he lift himself up forever?
He was an old man, and he was an actor,
yes.
and they needed to keep him safe.
Well, they never got past his mouth, so that'd be irrelevant. So just breathe out his mouth. It's what scuba divers do.
Civil War is often came out at the same time as Batman versus Superman, which is considered a bad film with a bad but they have kind of the same plot in the sense that Lex is in this Batman Superman is trying to spoiler alert but if you saw that film, why is trying to get the good guys to fight, and Zemo is trying to do the same thing, and yet in some ways their plans are just as convoluted, yet they both succeed in getting that fight. And of course, having the same mother with the same name, having the same mother's name was enough to bring Bruce and Clark Kent together.
Okay, I feel like I need to justify that part of the movie as well, because that's very...
This isn't a DC thing.
No, we're not doing it. We'll do this one day. Save it for Batman versus
Save
Superman.
your thoughts, Ben.
But what I'm saying is that Civil War somehow managed to succeed where Batman and Superman didn't, even though the main bad guy's plan was not virtually the same, but it certainly had the same goal: do something to bring these two heroes to clash and fight each other.
But the one things the DC didn't have was the Russo brothers,
or
who do such an excellent job.
Or Spider-Man, that's
or
true.
Spider-Man,
or Vision, or actually quite a few other. Yeah,
every
there's
other
definitely
character.
every other character who we like. But it's hard to like. It's hard to like Henry Cavill's Superman because he's very much not Superman in some ways. He's like very dark and brooding and like so depressed all the time.
DC.
Yeah, sorry. Let's get off DC. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure.
Tangent
what would
control.
we do in the Superman Batman? Burn it all of it and start again.
This universe does not deserve to live.
Exactly.
Snap.
Snap it out. Exactly.
Back to Captain America.
Back to Captain America. I do think the first Avenger is a sort of isn't one I. It's weird. I enjoy it and I don't enjoy it. They're like, I had this nitpick about watching people get disintegrated. I don't like seeing it in films. So in Captain America, a lot of people, spoiler alert, get disintegrated. I don't like seeing it. So one thing, it's a hard film for me to watch. I don't know why. I have this thing about disintegration, and I think it actually comes from watching people get disintegrated in Star Trek quite often, which was supposed to be somewhat kiddish when I first watched it. I thought, that was horrible.
It was scarred for life.
Well, everyone screams when they get disintegrated in Star Trek, and then so I'm watching Captain America, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable with the amount of disintegration.
Did you just pass out watching Infinity War?
No. Oh no, that's different.
What?
They all got dusted. Like I know you can say it's disintegration, but I was watching again. They'll be back. Like I knew everyone was coming back. So there was no thing there. But all those World War II soldiers in there, just like being blinked out of existence, usually with a really strange noise accompanying them, was just frightening. And that's why I couldn't. But also it's the way that Captain America ends. Like I'm flying a plane. I've got to put it in the water, and I'll probably die. This is a selfless sacrifice. You could just land it. You don't have to do this. Fly it back. It's a plane.
Weren't the brakes broken?
I don't think they were.
So, something was compromised in that it was going to keep flying.
Was it on autopilot and you couldn't get it off autopilot?
No, because he had control of the plane, but
I mean, if he can make it dip, then he has control. So.
There were blasts through like the Tesseract gun from Red Skull, which like hit the dashboard, didn't they?
Well, in that case, the plane was going to go down anyway. It wasn't going to do any damage.
Yeah, but it might have gone down like
in London.
No, in New York.
I mean, he could have put it over the water, though. Is my point. And then he jumps out, lands in the water, and he's fine.
That's not how it works.
But we know that Captain America can survive a dip into the ocean from a great height because he does it in Winter Soldier.
And we know he can survive drowning because he does it in Winter Soldier.
And we also know that you don't have a plane without a life jacket on it.
I don't know. It's
Hydra.
It's Hydra. Do they care about safety?
Well, surely will take their place.
Surely Schmidt cares about his own safety. If something had gone wrong, he's got at least the one parachute on the thing. He goes, "Hail Hydra," and then leaps out. That's the soldier's gun. Maybe I shouldn't have joined this organisation that only values the one guy.
How could they recruit so many soldiers?
That's a good point.
Because you would have thought all the Nazis would have taken them up, unless they just took over.
In some ways, what the film, I think, Captain America does, it portrays Hydra as being not the same thing as the Nazis.
Yeah, it's a Nazi science division, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also a cult that's been around for years in the Marvel universe, I think.
But it just amazed me to think that all these Nazi people would have... How'd they get so many Hydra agents? Because you would have thought World War II, they would have every single man fighting for them.
I guess it's like a subdivision.
Maybe they were
subdivision
Nazis,
of the army
yeah.
in a way.
That's true.
But yeah.
And he did kill Hitler, so...
I also always wondered, why did they, like, in the context of the film, why did they go back for Bucky? Like, he got knocked off that train to that ravine. You would have thought,
that's true.
He's dead. And then, but no, we'll go back later and fetch that body and use him to be our secret soldier. Do you think they would have found thousands of other possible candidates to do the same thing?
Maybe
it just seemed like a bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Go all the way down to the bottom of the ravine.
And how did they know? Like, the train was in literally like a frozen, hellish landscape. Like, how did they know it was? And how did he lose his arm?
He hit it off.
A bear.
Like a Lego.
Yeah, a bear came over and ate
Just
it.
took the arm.
And then they were like, hey, we want that.
We want that guy.
We want that guy.
Give him a new one now.
Oh, darn it.
Give him a hand.
but we do see that Hydra does take a lot more people rather than just Bucky. So.
I suppose. Oh no! I just realised what it was. It was because apparently, he says they in Winter Soldier. Cap says they experimented on him when he was in that base.
Yeah.
So Zola was giving him something that made him as strong as the Winter Soldier.
So they probably had a device on them which made them know that they were coming.
That's why they
as
went
well.
back for him, because they put a lot into him and thought this will work. Let's brainwash this guy. But again, like if they knew what they put him in worked, like why brainwash this guy when they could just get another Hydra agent who's loyal to Hydra, give him the same stuff?
Maybe the guy who created it had died, and he was their last one.
Oh no, that was Zola, and we know that Zola survived because he has flashbacks of him in that computer.
Yeah.
So Zola created him, and Zola for some reason, maybe Zola's just sentimental and just wanted Bucky.
Yeah. I really liked that guy. Bring him back.
Careful, Ben. I really like the Nazi scientist who infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, I was impersonating.
Oh,
Zola
I apologise. I apologise for insinuating you really liked Armin Zola as a character.
No,
I apologise. I see now. You were saying that he
good
really
actor, but
he really liked Bucky. Yeah.
Well, doesn't Zola turn over to S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No. So what happens is he's captured. He's captured at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger. Then in Winter Soldier, they say Operation Paperclip, which was a real thing, where they just forgave all these Nazis their terrible war crimes, like Werner von Braun and whatnot, and said, "You work for the US now because it's fine. We don't care about your war crimes. We just want your tech and what you have." And so Armin Zola was now inside Hydra, inside S.H.I.E.L.D., and he essentially became the head of Hydra within S.H.I.E.L.D. and started off Hydra inside S.H.I.E.L.D. again, and obviously used S.H.I.E.L.D.'s resources to build up Hydra from within. And along came what's his name, von Strucker, and he gets himself put inside that computer, and there we go, we get Winter Soldier.
Nice. Should we move on to First Avenger?
I think it's time to start imagining ourselves in these universes. Actually, I think overall, perhaps the best trilogy in the cinematic universe so far. Depending on what Spider-Man, because so far the Spider-Man films have been pretty tight, and I would look forward to see where. What's it called again? Multiverse of... No, is it the Multiverse of...
No, that's Doctor Strange. Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home, thank you.
In cinemas, December 17th.
December 15th.
So guys,
we had this...
No, it is December 17th.
Guys, we're not being paid by Disney and Marvel.
Search it up right now.
There was absolutely no point in giving them this free advertising.
Yeah.
But
other advertisers are available.
Ben!
Hey, you just stole his joke!
Ben!
I didn't think
that wasn't scripted.
No, that was outright thievery.
Scott wasn't quick enough to get the joke. I was afraid that it was going to lose its comedy.
Oh well.
It turns out Ben was correct. I'll take everything back I said.
It's the 15th.
Yes.
Okay. Give us money, Disney, for that plug.
Yes.
So yeah.
I will give you that clip for a commission.
Anyway, Captain America, best trilogy so far. We'll see where the other films go. I mean, there are potential for. Because a lot of other things had a quite strong start. So I thought Captain Marvel has a strong start.
Captain Marvel did not have a strong start.
Strong enough for me.
No.
I was very
No, it's
entertained.
not a good film.
Please.
He's not easy. But Black Panther and Doctor Strange and what else got started? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might be really good.
But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 ain't no good.
What?
Is it?
No, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is great.
It's got Mary Poppins in it, y'all.
It's got Kurt
Mary
Russell.
Poppins, y'all.
You can't tell me it's not. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but I thought it was entertaining.
I just like it because Baby Groot and how he goes through all these things. They're like, no, what was it?
We're getting off topic again.
Tangent control.
Tangent control. That's Scott's superpower.
Yes.
Tangent control.
That is my superpower.
The ability to stop people going off on tangents in conversations. But what about tangent control? Back on track. Okay.
First Avenger.
By virtual coin toss, Scott, you are going to be first. So, I am throwing you right into the Captain America: The First Avenger. What do? Are you doing good or bad?
Well, I think I've got a sort of a start of a plan. I don't know quite where it goes yet.
Let's see where it goes.
So it could go either good or bad. So I start off. I go to the Stark thing because I think it's quite interesting. I want to see a flying car during that time.
Oh, so you skipped what happened in Norway and the cinema scene, and we're straight at the expo with
Yes.
Bucky and Steve
and Clara from Doctor Who.
Is that Clara from Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to know. Anyway,
Yeah.
You're at the expo. What do you do?
Mainly because I just want to see the flying car.
Your first thing is
I have no other plan there. I just want to see a flying car.
You don't care about that village in Norway at all.
No.
If you're going to help them.
No. Oh, I could have stolen the Tesseract, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could have like
Oh,
you could have been in
okay.
disguise in that Norwegian village, and you show up,
That's
and
true.
you get into the church the day before, steal the Tesseract,
And then I go
skip,
to-
and so Schmidt
Oh,
opens the
what
box.
does this do?
Oh, what does this? Push the snake eye and take it out, and then put something else like a Rubik's cube in.
Yeah.
It's
actually-
like, haha, got ya.
Solve this. It's been a
Rubik's cube. Solve this. The cube of power. Also, I loved you in The Matrix.
What Matrix? But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that, so I forgot about that scene.
Yeah.
So I go steal the Tesseract.
Okay, good.
And then I go over to the expo because I want to see a
Good.
flying car.
And you've got the X. You're just going to keep the
Yeah, I'm just
Tesseract
going to
in
keep
your
it for
back
myself.
pocket.
Nobody else knows I have it.
Okay, that's fine.
The security back then on planes is awful. So yeah. Do you want to go in the plane?
There
Sure.
were virtually
Come
no-
on in.
Yeah, there were virtually no. In fact, there were no long haul flights at all in those days.
Yeah. Or ship, I don't care.
The Indiana Jones kind of thing, you know, that red line that goes across the map. That's all there was in travel back then. The red line.
You had to follow it.
Yes. But anyway. And then after I've seen the flying car, I sort of abandoned it. And then I head over back to London.
Yep.
And to go to the shop
How are you affording all this?
with my many money I get.
No, but how are you? I haven't
How are
given
you
you.
gonna
I'm
get
not going
that
to give you that
money?
much
Right,
in terms
okay.
of money.
I will.
How are you going to make that
I will
money?
sell the Tesseract
To some random collector.
No.
to the US government.
Oh, okay, I see.
They would not pay you for that.
No, but they would at least go, oh yeah, they would give me some.
How
Oh,
would
a
you? How
glowing
would you?
cube.
But wait, how would? Yeah, how would you even approach someone in the United States government to sell it to him?
That's true.
I mean, you could say it to Howard Stark. You could turn up at the expo,
Yes.
put him aside. By the way, I've got this glowing cube
Of infinite power.
of infinite power. I think it's got power in it. And then
Yes.
as $1 million,
Yes.
something reasonable. Okay, so
So
okay,
I'll send it to
you
Stark.
sell the Tesseract, and now the Tesseract is in Stark's hands, but you've got money now. Okay, and you're heading back to London. Gotcha.
And I go to the shop where the
But that was in New York,
was it in New York?
where Captain America's being made.
Yes.
Oh,
Then,
okay.
then I go over to New York, so I'm getting my areas all confused.
Yes, so you're in New York.
And because I know the passcode,
to get into the thing, what is the passcode for that?
it is. Oh, so
It was about weather.
It was about an umbrella.
Yeah, what was it? I'm trying to remember myself.
The weather outside is.
Awfully clement. I think I'm thinking umbrella. Yeah,
Yes,
I know what
but
you
I
think.
keep. But I always carry an umbrella.
Yeah.
That is it.
So maybe Scott would get in.
Yeah.
You'd have to wear a suit. You have to look presentable. Look like a
Right.
government official.
Yeah.
So,
So-
you get into the meeting.
Well, not that meeting. I get in there beforehand.
Oh, so you're going to walk up to that old woman who's
Yeah.
the best security system they could think of.
Yes.
Was an old woman managing an old shop
With a machine gun
gun.
under the
But when
desk.
she started firing it, I honestly thought she was going flying backwards like Mr. Burns.
Instead, she got shot and just like fell backwards, still
No, she
firing.
got some. She killed a few of them.
Yeah, but
that old lady went out on a high.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, I think you could have it's a shop. You could have had it a proper normal shop manned by big strong men who would for some reason be in that shop, and therefore they would be more of a challenge for the Hydra agent trying to escape.
Yeah.
So you get in there a day early.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because they've got the super soldier serum,
So you're going to steal the super
Yes.
soldier from that base.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm sure that I'll just.
You just want it.
I'll select. I just want all these things.
You're just sightseeing on your journey
Yes.
for Captain America at the first adventure.
Hold on, are you good or bad?
That's what I'm trying to decide to do.
Scott is winging it, and at some point he'll come down on the side of the
Yes.
Nazi death cult.
So-
Oh, it's freedom and democracy.
No, I'll tell you. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good.
Good.
I get there a day early, and I wait for the agent who plants that bomb.
Well, you don't, in some ways, you don't have to wait a day. Just turn up on the same day that
That's
they're all
true.
entering.
But I want to do a bit of sightseeing. I want to get in there, get my bearings.
So the first day,
yes,
you're just looking at
The
this
sa-
is a nice machine.
what a machine.
This is a nice coffin.
Yes.
Nice blue liquid. You've got in this
Yes.
file.
So I might just go see the Statue of Liberty before I get there or something. I don't know.
So the next day you turn up.
Yeah.
And you're going to stop.
Stop the bombing from happening.
How would you do that? Do you think?
Well, because I know where the bomb's planted. I don't know who the guys.
Where's it planted?
It's somewhere. Pretty sure it's a
It's
cigarette
really why
carton.
you should watch the film.
It's just like, you know what? Let's do a quick sweep of the area.
The thing is, I know where he
Yes.
leaves it. He leaves it in the sort of the theatre, the room that's overlooking
Yeah.
the
Oh,
room
yeah,
where
yeah,
everything's
I
all
remember.
the science,
I'm-
science.
I'm
with
pretty
big
sure it's a
exclamation marks.
I'm pretty
happens.
sure it's a cigarette carton as well.
So the thing is, where would you like? You got
And that was the
So
detonator,
basically, everyone in the theatre sort of leaves and heads down to the main area, and then he fixes cigarette lighter and blows it up. So you got to hang back, and now you're in there with a cigarette lighter bomb, and you got to figure out how to disarm this, or do I throw it out? I'm just
going to follow him.
Oh,
I'm going to tackle him. So
when he gets out the cigarette lighter, you go,
This guy
can I have smoke? Can I have a light? And he's going, yeah. And then that's when you grab it off him.
I tackle him. He goes, guys, look, he's got a detonator. I was like, I don't believe.
It's got a detonator. Isn't it a cigarette thing in there? Look at it.
I was like, I don't believe you. Well, watch this.
You didn't see that on the video, but Scott's method of proving that he was right was detonating the bomb, which I'm sure did some serious damage and injured some people.
Well, no.
That was your method.
It doesn't.
Are you sure there's a bomb in this? Are you sure he left the bomb? This guy's a respectable government agent.
Yes.
And this cigarette lighter was in the bomb. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, son, you were right. I apologise.
But nobody actually dies from the blast.
No one does die.
People that only die from the gunshots, he's not able to do because
you've taken him out.
Because I've taken him out.
Okay.
But
Everyone's covered in glass.
My eyes! My eyes!
Then what happens? Captain America is now... Steve Rogers is Captain America. Erskine's alive.
Yeah.
That vial, the blue vial, is left over.
Yeah.
And
Tony Stark has a Tesseract.
Yeah. And you pretty much... But now that you have created a conundrum, because now they can create as many super soldiers as they want.
Yeah.
So, oops. Sorry about that, that's my phone. So now, you created the United States with a full-on super soldier army for the rest of history.
At this time, it's better than Hydra.
True.
I would rather have at this...
he could just pocket the vial and be like, you don't need this, do you?
No, but Erskine's still alive and he knows the formula. Yeah. So then you have to shoot Erskine.
I'm sorry, mate.
Just to make sure there's no super soldiers, but Captain America's still alive and Hydra don't have the
but Erskine's seen what the super serum can do, so he's a smart guy. He chose Captain America. He chose Steve Rogers over.
He probably won't. Guy. Yeah, he probably wouldn't make.
He wouldn't just.
You might be able to convince him.
He wouldn't just do this willy nilly.
I mean, you could go up to him and whisper, "Do you really think America, with its dubious history, is really the best caretakers of this super soldier serum?"
I thought you were about to say, "Hey, Hydra."
I mean, no. What? I mean, Order 66. No. I mean, are you sure it's a good idea for America to have? Because it's not actually a good idea for America to have a super soldier serum for the rest of.
But I would rather have that over
20th
Hydra
history.
at this point in time.
I can agree with you there. So maybe you can convince Erskine not to do it anymore. Or just.
Well, Erskine didn't want to really do it in the first place.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But we've still got Captain America. But will he be Captain America in your scenario? Because again, if they can reproduce the super soldier serum, and like, do they need they don't? He won't be Captain America. They won't put him in that uniform.
I'll tell you what I do. Oh no, it might not work. No, forget that. Because I was going to do something bad. I was going to, while the explosion was happening, I smashed the super serum vial and then shoot him. But that might be bad.
Hang on, now that you've created a new problem, because nothing you've done has saved anyone.
which is why I immediately banned the plan. Because I thought,
look, I think
there's nobody that you've saved
so far. I mean, you have saved plenty of people in Europe from getting blasted by any Tesseract powers. You've stopped Schmidt from having a weapon of mass destruction. That's good. Congratulations.
And because Schmidt doesn't get transported to the where the Soul Stone is, nobody can get the Soul Stone.
Yeah, but presumably there would be somebody there.
Oh,
already.
We don't know that though.
No.
Like, who was there beforehand?
Exactly.
Like, did that when Schmidt arrived? He go, "Oh, thankfully, I quit." You got the new guy, and here's the new hire.
Chucks himself.
Presumably, there wasn't someone there. Yeah, was there?
There would have been a way to get it.
Yeah, there must have been. Like
I'm still slightly confused about how
with a spell.
Just a tablet, like, hey man.
If you need to get the Soul Stone
on break, be back in 5.
Come back with someone you love and chuck them off the cliff because that's the only way. Which is really weird. No,
yeah,
right? It's a really weird sort of thing for the Soul Stone to do. But either way,
it's a soul for a soul.
Yeah,
and it eliminates, because they would obviously eliminate Hydra. Nothing in Winter Soldier happens.
Yeah,
but then
but SHIELD would still be a thing.
Bucky would still be a prisoner, and so Captain America. But then again, if America has now created an army of super soldiers, that's World War II won in a jiffy.
Exactly.
You saved some lives in World War II, but you didn't. You still had to let. Only doing the Tesseract did that. Like everything you did so far has not saved. Although again, there's two ways you can do it. You either kill Erskine to make sure Captain America gets killed, but that's exactly what happened beforehand. You could save.
I poison his food with poison that replicates.
You give him memory forgetting drugs,
yes.
so he forgets how to make the super soldier serum, and
no,
he doesn't
I'll tell
die.
you what I do. I grab him. But I said, just come with me, just come with me. Do you not believe me? Bomb, he gets a concussion, forgets everything. I go around, smash.
So you put him close enough to the bomb that he doesn't concussion.
Yeah,
That's a hard thing to judge.
But not dead. But not dead.
Like,
Bombs are precision instruments.
he just goes to the door and it takes like 5 paces away. Yeah, this should be fine.
But having watched the film, I know what the blast radius is.
Well, I suppose that's true. But this, I don't know. I can't abide by that part of the plan. So. I mean, you can save those 2 agents and the old lady from getting killed by what's his face. If you just kill
And
Schmidt.
the little...
But if you kill Schmidt there, people will go, why did that guy kill Schmidt? Put him in jail, and you're in jail for the rest of your life.
I've got enough money from Howard Stark, I can buy myself out.
So
That's not how that works, Scott.
It's 1947.
that is kind of how America works. If you're rich, you don't go to jail.
If you are American watching, this is not our view on your country.
It's just your government and your political system.
No, yes.
I won't say that. I was about to say, it is my view, but I wouldn't.
Oh, I can't say that Britain has a laudable history either.
No.
There are
Britain is just as guilty.
other countries with better histories.
Are available.
Thank you, Scott.
I
Almost
can't
like
name
that
them.
was scripted.
It was, which it was not.
No.
None of this is scripted.
I can't think of one though.
Well, you
Can't
saved
think of
everyone
one.
with the Tesseract. That's good.
Yeah.
Ben, what did you think about? What did you think for Captain America: First Avenger?
So, I'm going to be evil. So, I figured out a way, not well, but where I am going to become Captain America.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Nice.
I like
So,
this.
so you know, so we see in the What If TV series that if like Steve is injured, then somebody else, then Carter takes his place.
That was only happened because Steve was injured and Carter was like, do me instead.
Yeah.
But how do you make sure you're there to take his place?
So I'm gonna be at the Stark Expo as well. I'm gonna start
Oh,
there.
I see.
We can meet up.
So I'm just telling you in advance where I'm gonna be. So at the Stark Expo, oh, that flying car broke. You know what? I know how to fix it. And I invent the first flying car.
Do you know how to fix it? Okay, we're sticking to certain rules.
As we learned from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm pretty sure it's the same car.
I thought you were going to do? I thought you were going to say that, like, do you know when Erskine is walking through that expo? I thought you would, like, shoulder bar Steve out of the way.
I'm skinny.
Or you would stand between them and Erskine and say, I just want to fight. I hate bullies. And just say everything right. And Erskine's like going, that's an interesting character.
I'm skinny and asthmatic.
Completely ignores. He then completely ignores Steve and Bucky in their conversation. And then he's got his eye on you.
Okay, I'll do that then.
And then you go and try and enlist for the army. And then you get rejected.
Yes.
But Erskine pops in. It's you who he talks to, not Steve Rogers. And he's next door being kicked out.
Get out of here, scrub.
And he just gets a dead end job in New York for the rest of his life. But you are now in line to be Captain America.
I am now going to be Captain America, and so since I know
you know what to do.
I know where the bomb is. So I can disable that quickly. And
you know how to impress them all. You know how to get the flag from that pole.
Yeah, it's like.
And you know how to jump on that grenade, that fake grenade.
Yes.
But having no fear because he knows it's a fake grenade.
Yeah. So you've impressed Erskine and the Colonel and Peggy Carter, and you're in the. So now you've just been transformed into.
I am now Captain Britain.
I know you'd have to be
Captain Cornish then.
Captain
fine.
America. You'd be Captain America.
Okay, fine.
In this case, you'd have to pretend to be American, otherwise they wouldn't let you. And then I suppose you get out of the coffin and run straight for the other guy and stop him from blowing up that bomb.
Yeah, so I'll stop him from blowing up that bomb, and like now I am incredibly jacked.
Yep.
Which is good, and and I have a shield, and I'm.
Would you?
Well, I'm going to get the shield.
Sort of, I suppose.
So presumably, like the events that happened to Steve would happen to me because everything.
Oh, hang on. Because you're evil, it's fine. You gotta let Erskine get killed, actually.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there'll be more super soldiers. It's a problem.
I'll let him be killed. Yeah, and so now I'm going on tour and musical, making loads of money.
You enjoy musical theatre for a while?
Yes, I do.
And then, to really make your chops but everyone's still treating you like a sideshow. The Colonel, all that. So now you have to impress them by going to that Hydra base.
Yeah.
And saving the 111th.
Bucky, is it?
Bucky, and I think it's called the
Bucky's
111th. I can't remember the regiment.
107th.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You rescue them, bring them all back. And
yes.
You've got your Howling Commandos.
Woohoo!
You've got Bucky as well.
Yeah.
You might as well make friends with him.
No, because Bucky would already be Steve's best friend, no matter what.
But he'd still be in that Hydra base to rescue. So you just steal him away from Steve Rogers. You're evil, remember? You can steal that friendship.
I just go up to Bucky. I'm with you to the end of the line.
Wait, how do you know that?
And they'll go, this guy's just like Steve. I'm with
but
him
better.
but better. But taller. And so, what do you do then?
So I go on a rampage through the Hydra bases and stuff like that. I'm taking out Hydra.
You're basically repeating what Captain America did.
But when I come face to face, what is it?
On the plane.
Not the plane. It's
Oh no,
they're in that room with Schmidt, with his room in the mountain.
Yes, yeah. So I'm gonna create a different plan from that. We're not gonna go through the window. We're gonna go up the stairs instead. Well, they're gonna go up. So
the commandos smash through the window.
Instead of smashing through the window, they're gonna go up the stairs.
Oh, but that was their only way in.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay. So how'd they get through the stairs?
The same way I got there.
No, but you got captured. In the film, he gets captured by Schmidt, by the Red Skull, I should say, taken inside his base. Then, if I recall correctly, the Howling Commandos come through the window on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
There's a kerfuffle
There's a
kerfuffle inside. And then that's when the Colonel and Peggy Carter and the rest of the soldiers go through the front gate. So there's a commotion inside, there's an attack on the outside, and then everything goes...
Yeah, the idea is that that they're going to struggle getting up, so I'm going to have more time up there with Red Skull and those two Hydra soldiers alone.
Oh, I see what you're doing, okay.
So I'm just delaying them slightly because,
So you're just chatting to him.
Yeah.
Red Skull pulls out his gun at some point to execute Captain America, though.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, wait. Hold up.
Okay.
And that will work.
Okay. It works in every other film, so.
And I'm gonna say, you know what would be really good for Hydra?
Yeah.
Is if Captain America was on their side, but in America. And
Wait a minute.
And I become his number 2.
So you've done what the comic books tried to do, and you've only become Captain America so you can get over to Hydra, and now you're going to be a member of Hydra.
Yeah, but as Captain America,
Okay.
and then I'm going to be like, we got to make this believable. I'm going to punch him in the face.
Capture Schmidt, bring down Hydra in that moment. No plane bomb, nothing like that. Take him back over, and then you're going to basically do what Zola did, but in the American way.
Yeah, so we will be growing through SHIELD. Well, not SHIELD.
Well,
probably
the
through
SHIELD sort of existed. It was like there was a different division.
Yeah.
With the same logo. So yeah, you could do that still.
But the idea isn't that I'm gonna capture Schmidt. He's gonna get away still.
Right.
I'm gonna chase after him, but I'm gonna trip or something.
Captain America just trips. Who put that? You tripped? Yeah, who put that? I didn't see that before. Oh, I let him get away. I'll fight again another day.
And then Hydra, and the war continues on, but I take riskier tactics which kill more and more of my men.
Yeah, about face is cold.
This is very different from what you did in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
I'm getting darker. And so now, America is on its last legs, while Hydra is probably still like.
Well, in some ways you don't have to do that. You can let America win the war, but Hydra is now growing over in America, and that just produces the same powerful organisation that exists in the Winter Soldier.
All right.
It's easy to getting a load of men killed as well. So.
Okay, fine. Fine then. And then so now Hydra is in S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that, and I'm gonna waltz up to the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., who is somebody at the time.
Yes.
And
I have no idea who.
No, and I'm gonna be like, give me control, or else I'm gonna throw the shield at you.
Do you know what? I do think that you could just rise quite naturally to being director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's true, actually.
Because Captain America would
probably
be next in, first in
yeah.
line. You would survive the war. He's the perfect choice to lead S.H.I.E.L.D.
And if there's somebody else, I can poison their food with something that looks like
Taking
food poisoning.
Oi, it's my plan.
So basically, you just grow Hydra in America, and you're running it and S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And basically the whole world.
I do.
Yeah.
And I have a shield and I'm jacked.
It's an interesting. You got a shield. You're jacked. You're living through the 40s, so you know what's going to happen. You can become rich and famous.
And live to about 112, as we found out in Endgame.
Is that how old he was?
I don't know.
No.
Something like that.
Maybe I'll use the time travel machine from Endgame and go back in time
and just keep
do it again.
Just keep you for making yourself young again. Yeah. How would you do that?
Doesn't work like that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does.
It does like that. It was several times. He turns into a baby, an old man.
Have you never seen
that was
the
mentioned.
And Paul Rudd, who it's impossible to tell how old he is.
Yeah.
But he's 50.
55.
55, and he looks
Sexiest man alive, apparently.
Yeah.
What?
Not by my
That
standards.
happened recently. This is happening in 2021. It could be a new person when you're hearing this. But, yeah.
Other sexiest men alive are available.
Just not this year.
Just not this year.
Anyway. But yeah, well done. You're head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra, and you basically control the world at that point. Works for me.
Thank you.
What would I do?
What would you do?
What would I do?
Do we have time for that?
I don't think we do.
Yes.
You took all the good ideas. I like the idea. I was really attracted to the idea that Scott is going around sightseeing. I think I would do something similar.
But you don't believe me? This is a bomb? There's your evidence.
I won't be there.
There was your evidence.
I mean, I could no, can I do that? Because in some ways, Captain America, the war plays out in certain ways. So, I could help out Captain America. I would be a minor soldier, and I would separate from the pack and get to that jet plane and burst its tires, so that it's like Swit goes to take it, it crashes him instantly, and Captain America doesn't have to ditch it, and he has a nice life with Peggy Carter.
That would get a lot of. You'd have to get through a lot of Hydra agents to get.
I could dress as a Hydra agent.
I can just imagine
They're doing the classic stupid guard thing, which is
true.
a mask that easily covers their faces, and anyone can waltz in and dress like them. Hello, hi Hydra and all that.
Yes, like they do. Yes.
Hello, fella, come on in.
Like I did in Family Guy, how British people you can walk past with a cup of tea and just get past anyway.
Yes.
Morning.
Morning. That's probably how it works in Hell Hydra. Hell Hydra. Of course, if you do Hell Hydra, they all have to do that salute, which means they haven't got their hands on their guns and you can shoot them. And that's how you get in.
Hell Hydra.
In fact, when I'm storming that base, I'll have a loudspeaker and go, Hell Hydra! And they all go, Hell Hydra! Oh no! Because that's how you get. That's if you ever face off against Nazis. Should that ever happen in your lives, you just say Hell Hydra.
Fingers crossed.
Hell. I'm not going to say his name because I don't think he deserves it. But you just go Hell at, and they'll have to do it. It's so brainwashed they'll do it, and then they're distracted, and you kill them for it.
I don't think we have anything to worry about in that front.
I don't know. Again, to bring it back, have you seen America lately?
But anyway, should we move on to Winter Soldier?
Let's move on to Winter Soldier.
Because I've got a very quick and simple plan.
Oh, yeah?
But let's start with Ben when it comes to
Nice.
the Winter Soldier. So Ben, you're in the Winter Soldier. Everything in Captain America: The First Avenger played out as it is.
Yes. When is it that I start?
So Captain America: Winter Soldier
running round the pond.
So yeah, so you're going to trip up Captain America and he falls in the pond.
Never
just
meets that.
Just as a sideshow, you just want to do it.
I do that, and I run past Sam a few times, saying "on your left," just to annoy him.
Are you fast enough to run past Sam?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
No, I wait for Sam. Oh no, sorry. You should wait for Sam and go, that guy's such a loser.
Slowpoke.
hell will be a blue setting.
My
Anyway.
grandma runs faster than you.
Before I interrupted, what is your actual plan?
Okay. So, I know where Bucky is being held. I'm going to be good in this bit.
Okay.
So,
Good, because I'm going to be bad in mine.
let's see. So, I know where Bucky is being held and stuff like that. So, like, the Lumerian... so, you know the mission on the Lumerian star? Yeah. That's all going to play out, but I'm going to be somewhere else at that time. So I'm going to be, like, finding with Soldier. Oh, you got a metal arm.
Hang on, though. The problem is where you're going to find him.
Where's the Winter
You know what
Soldier?
you do? You know where he's going to be in the future. You know he's going to be on top of that building shooting Samuel Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson again in our film. He's either our mascot for the series for What If, we will find a film that doesn't have Samuel L. Jackson in it and do that. But
he's in every franchise. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. But you know that the Winter Soldier is going to try to assassinate him through the wall. So what you do, you just stand on the building as well. When the Winter Soldier just pops out, you knock him out, and you've got it. And
oh, sorry, buddy.
Samuel doesn't get shot, and then you just drag Winter Soldier over to Steve's apartment and go, "There he is! I found your friend."
No, what you could do, you know the words to effectively reprogram him.
That's true.
Just say the words to him.
Yeah, you could. Oh yeah.
I just make it my body.
But he's going to try and kill you before that, because he's been programmed to do a mission. So
that's true.
You know that he's also going to be on that street trying to take out Samuel L. Jackson. So you could hit him with a car.
Yeah.
Presumably he will survive because he's quite tough.
I'll drive behind Nick Fury. So
with a giant magnet on the back of the car, and then his arm is attached. He gets attached to the magnet, and then you just drag the Winter Soldier all the way over to Steve Rogers. And
they should punch the windows with his arm.
Yeah, he would just be like, "Turn this magnet off!" He goes, "No, I'm taking you to your best buddy." And you drive him over to Captain America and dump him on the porch.
Who's my best friend, Steve? I don't know her, Steve.
Okay, that's my plan then. Scott,
I kind of hijacked that plan. So you just want to end the Winter Soldier by getting Bucky and Steve back together slightly early.
Best friends forever.
But have you solved the problem? You're still good. So have you solved the problem of what happens in
the rest of Hydra?
Yeah, because you got to still help Captain America bring down the rest of them.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go in as a special visitor. Health inspector.
Into the Shield.
Into Shield. Into the Triskelion.
Triskelion. Triceratops.
Triceratops.
It's not Jurassic World.
Triskelion.
Triskelion. I don't know what it is.
The Tri building.
The building with 3 buildings.
Yeah, so I'm going to go up there as a janitor or a health inspector or something, and I'm going to go up to the board meeting and be like,
that guy is Hydra.
No, you can't do that. You can't manipulate. You can't just
So Pierce walks past me, and I've previously made the floor really slippery.
Oh, I see. You're a janitor, and you're wiping the floor right outside his office with extra greasy mop water.
And he'll fall over.
Knock himself out.
Walk past him and Hail Hydra.
And I'm gonna take him into a dark room.
Yes.
With a video camera.
Yes.
Hidden in the darkness.
In the janitor's closet.
Yeah. And I'm gonna turn the light on.
You're gonna interrogate him.
I'm gonna say Hail Hydra, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, Hail Hydra."
You're going to catch that on camera.
And send that to Captain America. And Nick Fury as well, because he's alive in this bit.
The sequence of events is mop the floor with greasy water, knock Pierce out, drag him into an adjacent room that you've already set up a camera in. He wakes up all groggy. What happened to you? Oh, sorry, Mr. Pierce, you slipped up on the wall. By the way, Hail Hydra. Oh, Hail Hydra. Wait, is that a camera?
What's that red blinking light in the corner?
Then the alarms go off and Nick Fury's voice comes over the speaker. Apprehend Pierce, he's a member of Hydra right now.
I can't find him. I'm in a closet, you idiot.
or before I say Hail Hydra, or I'll say I'll say Hail Hydra and say, can I please have a list of everybody in Hydra quickly? For background checks and making sure that they're healthy and stuff.
But he goes, why am I telling this to a janitor? He's already said Hail Hydra. I think you caught him red-handed.
Yeah, but I need to get the rest of Hydra.
In all honesty, Bucky might give away that information anyway. Now, because Steve Rogers will bring him to S.H.I.E.L.D. and go, hey, I found my friend. And he's apparently been working for S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra for this entire time. And that guy who's leading us is apparently the bad guy.
Yeah. He offered him milk.
Oh, yeah. He's a nice guy. He offered the Winter Soldier milk. Which means you might have saved that housekeeper as well. Because she doesn't have to die pointlessly after returning. And Pierce doesn't have to shoot her.
But she's also jobless now, so...
yeah, that's true. Well, you just...
You've increased rate of unemployment, Ben. This is outrageous.
I'll employ her with my janitor money.
Janitor money?
No, quit your job. She gets a job.
In some ways, though, don't you think you should still scupper S.H.I.E.L.D.'s plan to have 3 giant helicarriers with like precision targeting bullets and guns on them? I feel that's a bad thing for even S.H.I.E.L.D. to have.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was only there because of Hydra.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna. What's his name? Sam L. Fury liked it.
Yeah.
Only because Alexander Pierce liked it.
I'm gonna go into the room with. So like I'm still a janitor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna...
access to everywhere.
yeah. Janitors get.
Well, that's true.
No, they win anyway. So just without Winter Soldier, they would just get it done quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
No, because if I've taken out Pierce, then
And Samuel is still in charge. And
hold on, I've got this plan. So I'm a janitor.
I don't believe you do, Ben.
I'm a janitor, and I go into the control room as they're preparing to launch them.
Yeah.
And I just casually turn up the dial.
You just turn it on, and they all fall back to the ground, killing everyone.
I'm going to turn up the dial to like 20,000 million feet instead of 3,000 feet, and they're just going to keep going into space.
There's people on those, though. Oh no, they're all Hydra agents, so who cares about them? Yeah,
they're just going to go up into space and not work anymore.
Yeah. And then crash down to the ground, killing millions.
Don't think about it.
You're the good person. Man thinking about it.
There has to be damage from your plan is outrageous.
I think
I'll put them into the outside the ozone.
The basic. I think the basics of capturing Winter Soldier part of your plan work. I think if you wanted to stop what was going on, you have to try and get a message to Fury, which means once you've got Winter Soldier out of the way and Fury turns up at Captain America's house, you can. I don't know. Winter Soldier would tell him everything, surely, and that would lead to the dissolution of Hydra. Although they're framing Samuel. I keep calling Samuel rather than Fury. They keep framing Fury, so in a way the plot has to plan out exactly the same way. Tricky. How do you stop these?
This was the one that I was least prepared for.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to stop. Like I could see how you could easily stop Bucky from being the Winter Soldier for the rest of that film.
Yeah, but
you know where it's going to be, and like I said, giant magnet will capture him.
Yeah, but Hydra's so big that it's harder to capture.
So in a way, once he's with Steve, events will play out exactly as before, but now Bucky will be helping Steve along the way, along with Falcon and Black Widow, and presumably Cheryl and Carter. Hydra will try to advance their plans really quickly. You can still.
No, if you don't capture Alexander Pierce, the 3 ships will still launch.
Yeah.
Presumably Rumblight will do something. Crossbow.
Yeah. They still launch anyway, no matter what you do.
That's true. So
you just with the Winter Soldier, it will just.
I'll leave Pierce for a while, and then as the launch goes up, I'm gonna get Cap on the mic and be like, Hydra is, and he'll do his speech.
Yeah, that he does.
And then, but I know who Hydra are. So I'm just going to go around with...
He's Hydra! He's Hydra! He's Hydra! He's Hydra! And then Hydra gets put down really quickly.
Yeah.
Be like a really weird Oprah. And you get a car, and you get a car.
And you're in the Nazi Death Code, and you're in the Nazi Death Code.
Scott, on to you.
On to you.
My plan's quick and simple.
Good.
So I swear, if it's food poisoning...
It's not food poisoning. So I know where ultimately...
Normal poisoning.
I let the first half of Winter Soldier pan out.
Okay.
Well then, I go to the base beforehand with quick drying cement, and I fill in. You know the place where Zola is.
Oh, that place, yeah.
And you know the grates I have?
You're going to fill in the grates.
Yeah, I fill in the grates with concrete.
This is thinking ahead. I like this. Keep going.
Yeah, I fill in them with concrete. I fill all of them in with concrete.
So in order to scupper Captain America's goal of stopping this whole project from happening, that place where they hide, Cap's going to lift up the grate, and it's just all full of concrete, and then they haven't got anywhere to hide.
Exactly. And the realisation they've got nowhere to hide. The bombs have already hit. They all die. Captain America dies. Hydra wins.
But I feel like
they
Captain
win.
America.
But how do you gain from that?
I just get the satisfaction of knowing.
How do you know that the algorithm hasn't chosen you, slated you for execution?
That's true. But the ships haven't launched yet.
So where do you go to escape the ships?
You go onto the ships.
You join Hydra somehow.
I join Hydra. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. I just thought about filling the holes with cement.
I mean, that was an interesting way of preventing killing Captain America and Black Widow, assassinating them effectively.
I find Runner on the street. I go, I know where he's going. Do you want me to do something?
No, you can't do that. It's direct. I told you got to manipulate it.
That's true.
Because you've gone there already, you could just go up to Zola, turn him on, and be like, "Hey, can you put in a good word for me on the Hydra?"
Here's my resume. Who are you? I loved you in the Hunger Games.
No, I'll tell you what I do. So with the concrete, it's all been filled in with cement. Rumlow comes over to check because they come over.
Oh yeah, the brilliant blows over and he.
How did he die? Filled the holes with cement. You did it? Yeah. Do you want to join? Sure.
It's that easy.
No, when he's out, I go, "Hell, Hydra." And I was like, "Oh,
no, he's
fine.
on our side." Oh, who are you? I'm from accounting. What are you doing down here? I was just dusting Zola off.
I'm from human resources.
I'm the janitor. It's my job to keep
I'm from
Zola
computer
dusting.
resources.
Computer resources. I'm from IT.
Hello, have you tried to turn it off and on again?
Now you're all part of Hydra, and you're fine. You'll never get hit by the machines. But Hydra control the world, and presumably you're well off because you're part of the death cult that controls the whole world now.
I win.
Up and up.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have much for this in my case. Like I'm trying to think that the easiest way to do it would just be to just like call the Hulk and like I'll find Bruce Banner. Could you by chance? Here's a free ticket to go look at Washington DC and tour the city. It's on this date. So he's there and he's going, "What's that sound?" And then he looks around and there's 3 giant cars all firing bullets and he goes, "Got to become the Hulk again." And then he turns to the Hulk and he helps them. Definite end. That doesn't save anyone. That's just making things easier for Captain America.
You didn't specify whether or not you were good or bad.
Oh, that was just kind of chaotic. That was kind of chaotic neutral by throwing the Hulk into it, because that's definitely chaos. I suppose I could try and infiltrate the base and ruin the ships. Like walk into them and go, just take that key card out, take that key card out, this won't work. So that doesn't work. That saves a bunch of people. That also helps out in Civil War because now those ships aren't falling on everyone and causing a reason for the Sokovia Accords because they directly reference that in that scene. There are some people who need to be saved though. Like, there's a few casualties in that film that probably didn't need to die. Do I save Sitwell? You know, the guy with glasses.
No, because he's Hydra.
He's Hydra.
Yeah, leave him then. He can get pulled out of that window and thrown under a car.
That was one of the coolest scenes, honestly.
Ben, you're meant to be good.
I know, it's still a cool scene.
It is a cool
I
scene.
had no idea it was coming. I was like,
Yeah, it's like,
how's he gonna
hand goes straight through.
Oh, yeah, and pulls him out. And it's like...
and then, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how they mentioned Stephen Strange in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, there's a nice little name drop there. I suppose I could do is actually just go and become a sorcerer really early. And then open up a giant portal as the ship to prevent all the rubble from falling on people when they crash into the Trolesclion or whatever it's called. And then the ships crash on the ground. So I just go and learn magic and then help that way and save some people's lives and stuff like that. Okay.
Should we move on to
we need to because we are we are getting we've been doing this for an hour. That's excellent. Okay, then finally Civil War. How do you? I suppose if you're good, you're going to try and stop Zemo early, or because that would save some lives. But maybe, what could you do? Who's going to go first? It's now back to Scott.
I'm not sure this is a tricky one.
No, No, it isn't.
It is. Actually, no, it's not.
I mean, you know where Zemo's going to be. You could just clobber him around the head.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, this is really easy to solve.
I'm the maid. I'm delivering the food this time.
Yeah, so
sorry.
He's in his hotel room.
I get employed by the hotel. Go, I'll deliver to Zemo's room.
Or you just
Zemo, room service!
You don't need to. You just take a room at the hotel, then dress in a maid's uniform, or whatever. And then you go up to the door, and he goes, "Here's your breakfast," and he'll take it, thinking everything's fine. And then that's when throw it on him, throw it in his face, club him with the tray, call the police because he's got a dead body in there. Although you got to try and save that guy too. So there is another. I know what.
Zemo, I have your coffee.
I know what to do. Yes, I know what to do.
He has a machine in there, doesn't he? For the.
No, but he's already killed a guy. He's already killed the doctor. He's taking over. So you got to try and save that guy too. Also, you got to try and save T'Chaka, I guess.
No, because he only killed. He killed that guy.
Okay. The sequence of events are. He first has to get that Russian guy from Hydra, that old Russian guy who's got the red book.
Yeah.
So I actually just go to that street and Zemo. I don't know what I do, like
a dustbin in between.
He's not done anything for you to arrest him.
I don't have to arrest him. I know Zemo's bad anyway. I know what he's doing. So I just put I get to his car early, disable his airbag. So when he crashes into that Russian guy's car, in order to have this excuse for him to get into his house, he just dies. Or he's badly injured. He's lying in the car going, "Oh!" And the Russian guy comes out. "You all right, mate?" He goes, "Yeah, call an ambulance." And he's like, "I want your red book first." And so basically Zemo's plan just fails at the beginning. And the Russian lives his life. Bucky's still on the run. T'Chaka doesn't get blown up by Zemo at the United Nations. Nice. Oh, and before that happens, I've obviously got to go to... Where was it happening? Where was that Wakanda mission? What country was that in?
It was in...
Nigeria?
No, it was in...
While Ben's thinking of that, I will...
It was South America somewhere.
South America? No, it was in South America. I'm sure it was in... It was...
Vienna.
No, it was definitely... Oh, no, that's later. I'm talking about... Do you know where the Avengers have their mission?
Yeah, I know.
And they have to stop that bioweapon...
Lagos,
thank you very much. So, what I've got to do is, like, when Crossbones tries to take on Captain America, I'm just there with, like, something to help Captain America so he doesn't blow himself up. So then the Wakanda mission doesn't get blown up. There's no need for the Sokovia Accords at all. Or they probably won't happen. And there's no... I will then go to that Hydra base in Siberia where I know it is, and I know the code to get in, and I'll just delete that video of what happened with Bucky and Tony Stark's parents, and there's no reason for to have a feud. And
just go
I've saved everyone's life. Zemo's either in hospital or in jail, and hunky dory.
Nice. Or go to Wanda. Maybe just hang back a bit. Maybe just don't use your powers just yet.
Like Vision, don't shoot him down, please.
Just send Vision on this mission.
Yeah,
to
just send Vision.
Send all the Avengers.
Why weren't all the Avengers on this mission?
Because it was undercover.
They
wanted to catch him.
Everyone who was still an Avenger by the end of Age of Ultron was there.
That's true.
Except for Rhodey. And
but then Peter never meets Tony Stark. This is going bad. Like I'm messing up people's relationships.
Tony Stark would still meet Peter Parker.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because he knows he's there, so...
That means Peter wouldn't get involved in Infinity War, which is...
You don't know that?
Oh, he will probably...
No, because in the time between Civil War and...
But there might not be a need for Spider-Man if they're all still together.
Spider-Man's still rocking about anyway, he just doesn't have his tech. So, like, in the time between Civil War and Infinity War, Iron Man will probably be like, "Hey, I'm rebuilding the Avengers, do you want to join?"
Maybe. Maybe.
Like, what would you do?
If I was bad?
Yeah. Just go to the place where all the super soldiers are.
Well, that's what I would do. Like, Zemo can have his plan because I already know what's going to happen. I go to Siberia. I get those 4 Hydra people who presumably work on the same book, sequence of words deal, and I take control of them, and off we go, having a merry old time, disabling governments and ruling the world. That's what I do. That's what I would do.
Solid plan.
I think our plans should be very similar for Civil War. I don't think there's a lot you could manipulate in Civil War.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, could you become rich somehow?
If you can think of another way, let us know in the comments.
You could become rich somehow. No, that's Age of Ultron I'm thinking of. I'm just thinking, like, you can't take advantage of Wakanda in any way because you know that Wakanda exists. Like you can't try and get your hands on some vibranium and sell that for billions. Or yeah, I can't think of anything. Oh, you could help Steve know where Bucky is, like, and that would help. That would help Bucky out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
To be brought back into the fold a bit.
I'm sure Steve and Bucky would find a way to each other.
Bucky was way out of the picture. He wasn't coming back. I'd like, I don't know.
But I suppose Ant-Man doesn't become an Avenger either, does he?
Ant-Man's already met Falcon, so
Yeah,
Falcon will probably
that's true.
bring him in at some point.
But that's true. Maybe we should let stuff happen and get to the airport scene, and then, in fact, in a sense, yes, people will die, but you could, as long as you get to Siberia and delete the video, then Zemo gets there, kills those Hydra super soldiers, rifles through the files, and finds, oh no, the video isn't here. Oh my goodness, they're on their way here right now. And then his plan's obviously kaput. If the video's not there, he can't separate them, he can't do anything. They're not going to trust him if he turned up away. So they arrested him and he goes, look, Tony, Bucky called your parents. And Steve and Bucky go, no, he didn't. No, he didn't at all. And looking furtively at suspicious. And that's probably not going to work. I don't trust you, you murderer.
Yeah.
He's safe. That would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good
Well, there you go. Solved some problems. Did some evil.
With cement.
With cement. in Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. Whose side would you be on in Civil War, just out of curiosity?
The Cap side, because everyone seems to turn out okay on the Cap side.
Yeah, everybody on Cap's side, like, lives old, or like,
that's true.
and everybody on Iron Man's side,
I've
dead.
seen that.
Totally dead.
Dead.
Rodent. Disabled.
Tired. Prison. Dead.
Teenager.
Deactivated. Teenager. Yeah, that's right. I was going to say Iron Man, because Iron Man, I think, is right. And in the comic books, he's right that it's based on.
Yeah, but in the
The only reason
books,
I would choose
the
Iron Man's
chords are a
side
bit
is
different.
because Spider-Man. I just want to be best buddy with Spider-Man.
Oh, I see. Best friends with Tom Holland.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's think about it like this. Okay, we're done then with the what if we were in. But I want to talk quickly about the idea, the central premise, the central what if question that Captain America asks. I think it's this: what if you had a super soldier entering the world history at the time of World War II? I think that's the sort of basic premise. What if there was a super soldier, and that super soldier was supposed to embody everything good about America, or what America was supposed to stand for? And then it sort of answers it by having him fight the obvious bad guy Nazis, and then trying to continue that by trying to be like the truest American he can possibly be, I guess, wearing a uniform, questioning like the power structures of America, stuff like that. That's where I think they went. But could you do something different with that central premise? What if someone became a super soldier? Could we write a different story? What if someone became a super soldier, say now?
Enters world's strongest man, wins.
So you think that if someone invented the world's first super soldier, he would quit the army immediately and go and be and go into the strongman?
But,
Yes.
but he'd be disqualified for steroids.
Yes,
That's true.
Technically,
Is it steroids?
Yeah.
it's definitely a steroid of something.
I
It's
think
definitely a performing enhancing
it would
drug.
come up, yeah.
That's true.
Although, weirdly, in the comic books, right, Erskine, the guy who invented the super soldier formula, also invented like a diet and exercise program that would deliver exactly the same results. And so there's a character in Marvel, he dies really quickly though, who was brought up with that diet and with that exercise program. He's a normal human being, but he has the strength and abilities of Captain America, and they get shot in the head. But so not quite super soldier enough. But what if we lived in a world of super soldiers, or a super soldier was invented, an actual one today? How would that change the world, and what kind of story could you create from that? Do you think?
It's a tricky one because if there is a super soldier, it would imply that there's ability to make more.
Yes.
So would that serum become like a black market drug, or like something that you can buy for?
Well, let's think that instead
Who made the super soldier?
Let's say America invents the super soldier
Yeah,
serum.
but which America? Is it
This America.
individual.
Let's say this America.
No, as an individual, the government.
The government. Let's say the government invents. The government paid for a super soldier program, and they've created the first super soldier.
So I think what would happen is, that scene in Ant-Man,
Yeah.
where the wasps have.
The yellow jacket.
The yellow jackets are effectively created to enhance warfare.
Yeah.
Just that.
You think that would sort of play out essentially?
Just
like
instead
America
of-
would have more.
Yeah.
It would, as Ben just suggested, it would escape worldwide. I can't think of a film where this is actually played out at all, where the super soldiers have actually exist. And, like, you'd have a whole subset of the population being super soldiers, and a whole.
Would super soldiers babies be super soldiers?
Oh, I don't know. Like, it depends on how the super soldier does work.
They just come out with huge muscles.
Babies with abs and facial hair.
That poor mum.
Just ripped from birth.
Especially if it's the dad who's the super soldier, not the mum.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Like, I think we'd have to say that super soldiers can't be passed on to offspring. But even would they? Like, if you become the super soldier, are you barred? Are you chemically indoctrinated? Are you psychically indoctrinated? Like, there's a lot of stories where someone tries to create a super soldier program and it goes wrong. And in Captain America, it goes wrong. They create one, and then everything gets wiped out, and they have to sort of start again from scratch. And they create poor copies and a few good copies, like Isaiah Bradley he's like a version that worked, and he's got a great story. But then the Nomad character that they introduced in that same TV series was a bad one. And then there's Sentry, who's another Marvel comic book character.
Sentry with the power of 2,000 exploding suns or something.
Which is
20,000.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that's
It's
another
so cool.
version of the super soldier ship. And in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they make it out that Hulk is also a product. So it always goes wrong. But what if it went right? What would the world? Could you develop a story where America now has literally the most powerful army ever?
You could do, because I feel like that would give. I feel like super soldiers would become like a kind of nuclear power,
Okay.
except not nuclear. I reckon.
I know what you mean. Like, it's a race.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the space race. It's now a race for like China and Russia and like India, countries in Africa, so Europe, all over would have to try and create their own super soldiers to match America's.
Yeah, and like eventually somebody would crack it, and the super soldier serum is basically becoming like a vaccine or something.
So first, lots of countries around the world develop it, and now America is matched. Super soldier army is now matched by Russia's and China's and Europe's and Africa's and South America's and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then essentially that's some kind of.
Does it build to a massive war, or is it?
It could do, and then but then it also like we have a protagonist who isn't super soldier, and like joins an army but refuses the serum.
Okay.
And everybody underestimates him, and.
So the super soldier turns out to not be as good as an actual person making smart decisions and just being good anyway.
Or maybe like there's a side effect where it like starts to numb the brain or something, or like
turns the super soldiers into a bit like dense and not capable anymore. And now you've got or worse, they become monsters. Or
they make another super soldier serum, which is like version 2, which makes them like the ideal soldier with like no feelings or remorse or anything, and it becomes like kind of robot kind of thing.
And then you start questioning that, like, because obviously having super soldiers would make you feel more safe to know that your army is by far the best. But it's but then again, how do you deal with the fact that those soldiers are perhaps more than human, or as you're suggesting, they lose emotions, they become numb, and they're not people anymore as well. What's the ethics of that? Yeah, that's an idea.
Interesting.
I do like what you sort of alluded to there, Ben, is the idea that it became like a vaccine. In a way, because military technology bleeds down into civilian life. So what if, like, at first, all the countries just have their super soldier armies, but then a pharmaceutical company starts selling the serum worldwide, and now anyone who can afford it can have it. And then suddenly the whole human race is now... but that's the thing. Then the whole human race will be super soldiers. It all have the abilities of super soldiers. And then America had to go, well, now we need even more super soldiers to be above these super soldiers. And then it keeps escalating to a point where humanity just completely renders itself ridiculous. Like there's too many different powers manifest, and now the whole human race is just this chaotic group of people who, in every different country, who now have all these varying powers, and it just keeps escalating and escalating until the first super soldier of one generation is then all powerful, and has more power than anyone else ever had, like a Superman type, or like just a Thanos type with the glove kind of thing. That all the power necessary because they pushed the super soldier stuff too far, and now they developed like this entity.
And whether or not that corrupts him or something like that.
Yeah, maybe he just changes it all, undoes it all somehow. Yeah, snaps his fingers and undoes all the super soldiers and things like that. It's just, I kind of want to see a story where the super soldier idea, let's create super soldiers, works. And see where that goes. Imagine the idea that one country, Russia, China, America, any of the big countries that are vying for global power right now, just gets it and now has an army of literally super soldier power. How does the world react to that? Like, do you nuke all of a sudden, or do you build your own super soldier army?
Well, no,
it's almost coming. It's like it's going to happen.
You would build it and just hope you don't need to use it like the nukes.
Just like the nukes, but then maybe just like nukes, that you have your own. Like your Cuban Missile Crisis event, that then they do have to use them, and you have this giant super soldier war. What would that be like? And it's, I just want to see what would, because it's on the verge of happening here.
Yeah.
Like we've almost created exosuits to help soldiers, and we're certainly capable of genetic engineering on some level. I mean, who knows? Maybe someone would have created a super soldier-esque thing, like someone who more tolerant to pain, able to run faster or for longer.
So you're talking about Wolverine.
That's just Usain Bolt.
Yeah, but like, what if you had an army full of Usain Bolts who could run at that speed, but forever, but all for a long time? Yeah, exactly. but it's almost there. It's almost about to happen. And in some ways, rather than a super soldier film or premise failing, because that's always, look, just don't do this because it always never works. Since we're on the cusp of doing it in the real world, someone should explore what happens if we actually happened, and so we might have some idea of how to deal with it in the future when we've actually got
film producers. We will give you this idea for a strong commission.
That's a very strong commission, and
thank you, legal team.
10% of the royalties on toys,
and I want 50% of the profits in the box office.
I want all the profits from the pencil cases.
I want the other 50% that Ben's getting.
None for you, the people who are funding this film. We just want it all. Make our film. But I really can't think of one where super soldiers actually worked and they dealt with the realities of that situation.
I don't think we have time to think of that either.
No, I think you're right, Scott. I think it's time to bring this episode to an end.
Well, no, I thought that was a good stopping point.
It was.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get on to... has anyone got anything to plug? Ben.
Scott, anything?
Don't pass the buck. You're not Django passing it to the shapeshifter.
Ben's channel, Upstairs Studios, stop motion. Check it out.
There we go. It's on the screen right now. Upstairs Studios. There's a link in the description as well. Most recent video is very good. Spider-Man versus Venom. I didn't get confused. That was a good one. Very funny. I like what you did with the stands, like help. Oh, the web bit. How you did the web shooting. It was very funny.
Oh, thank you.
Ben.
So well done.
Plug Mark's book.
Hey, buddy. Hail Hydra.
Wait, what?
SQ Order 66.
Do you ever hug people and whisper into their ear, Hail Hydra?
No.
I sometimes do.
That's creepy.
But it'd be really weird if they said, thank you, brother.
Finally, a leader.
And now I'm in charge. So, anyway, sorry, Ben.
Mark's books up on Amazon. Go buy them. Go read them. Go review them.
Yeah, definitely read them. Don't just buy them. I love reviews. Reviews would be good. Good ones, though. Not bad.
Yes.
Oh, no,
we won't listen to the bad ones.
I need to know what's wrong with it.
Tell him how he can improve. Tell him an idea for a potential sequel. Tell him anything.
No, because that's my job.
But Scott does it for free.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys. Captain America, all the trilogy. Well done. Plumb the depths of that particular franchise and what you could do differently. It's a tricky one though. Like when you do sort of spoil some people's futures if you do too much in the Civil War, and you kind of need to freeze Captain America. Like in some sense, you could save a few lives in the first Avenger and prevent him from being trapped in the ice, but you need to actually knock him out and freeze him yourself to be found later.
You've got to hide him in your freezer for 70 years.
70 years, and then drop him off where what's his name?
Where S.H.I.E.L.D. is.
It's not just S.H.I.E.L.D. where Coulson will find him.
Yeah.
Swoon over him for a while, and eventually bring him away just in time to help out in Avengers. So in some ways, you've actually got to put Captain America on ice. You've got to knock him out and do that at some point.
Okay.
And knowing eventually he'll get back with Peggy anyway, so there's no problem to spoil her relationship with him at the beginning. So.
And on that exciting disappointment.
Exciting disappointment indeed. Have a...
Sorry, Jeremy Clarkson.
Sorry, not sorry. So everyone, thanks for watching. Please
Ben,
like...
you want to go play Frisbee? Oh no, I'm not done it yet.
You're really interrupting.
Wait,
guys,
cut.
but I won't. That's an embarrassment for Scott. We're going to leave that in. Anyway, I was going to say, please like and subscribe to The Eighth Plot. Watch our other videos and like and comment on those. Comment on your own ideas about what you would do if you were in the Captain America universe. Could you save some people or take advantage using everything you know? Based on our rules as well, you can't just whisper to people the plot. That's just too easy. So anyway, thanks everyone. Have a good morning, afternoon.
Ben, want to go play Frisbee?
Have a good morning, afternoon, and evening
Frisbee!
wherever you are.
Frisbee!
The sound you hear is Scott being hit with Captain America's shield.
Or Frisbee.
Boom!